In South Africa, white people are the minority, only making up 7.3% of the population. Donald Trump recently said this.
It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about.
After that, the president of South Africa, as well as the United States legacy
should be kind of
media,
normal
has been
that they're
denying
the
these
minority,
claims.
but
Afrikaner farmer genocide. I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here.
Liar! I traveled across the world to hear for myself the untold stories of Afrikaners and white farmers in South Africa.
yeah, I had to react to this because this girl does an amazing job.
They can deny it as much as they want to deny it.
That they've now become cowards.
So in this video, we are going to understand what it is like to be white in South Africa, and let's understand what they are calling the reverse apartheid.
So, of course, this world itself and the topic, it's triggering, but I want to ask you guys, please, be respectful in the comments.
But what's happening here is worse than
actually, I want to thank her because this is a difficult topic to bring,
nearly died under
especially to you
They
two.
want to acknowledge that all these things are happening because then they have to take responsibility.
I need to take him to hospital with 25 stitches in my head.
Well,
The United States just opened up a refugee program
I mean,
for
you went to South
Afrikaners,
Africa.
and 70,000 people have already expressed interest. And since 1985, 600 to 800,000 people have left.
So we have one law on this
Man.
world: do unto others that you would like to be done to yourself.
there's a lot of racial laws in South Africa against white people.
Black economic empowerment.
Yeah, that's the narrative, know what I'm saying?
Well.
But we have about 800,000 white people that are at the moment has got no work.
There's also this false narrative that if you don't like the government now, it means you want apartheid back.
Very important to get the
Yeah,
people's
this
dignity back. At
They want
Probably
to have
media
land reform
pushing,
without
I don't know.
compensation.
the end of the day, it's not a Trump that's going to help us. It's Jesus Christ himself.
Now it's specifically directed against the white race, against people who look like us.
But
Think you Americans got problems?
it's kind of hard to
Also,
watch
would you
this.
please make
Why
sure
are
that
we
you are
going
subscribed
back,
to my
man?
channel? Let's go.
But yeah, man, I have to congratulate this girl,
don't really
man.
come out like this much. Big intersection, the light's not working. Street lights, yeah. Oh, there's lots of blackouts, right?
Our generators.
It's interesting for me to
On the schedule, we should be okay.
watch this.
And when the lights are out, do you treat
I
it
have
like a
some
four-way?
South African friends. I actually need to contact them and know
Oh,
what's up with them, if they're okay.
They want money, or they want iPhone.
and are they armed?
Yes, and they're not afraid to exert excessive. Everybody gets incrementally worse.
As soon as I arrived, I began an interview with an Afrikaner author and commentator, Dan Root. We're here in South Africa. What's the truth?
I think the truth is that, you know, when you're talking about genocide, it's a sort of, well, define it in various ways, I think. And, you know, there was that American expert, Gregory Stanton, who compiled, you know,
Right.
10 stages of genocide, and it starts off with, say, hostility, and then it moves on to organization. I can't remember exactly each stage, but I mean, we are sort of at the stage now where there's a lot of hostility, say, from this political party, this extremist political party called the EFF,
I mean,
Economic
at least
Freedom Fighters. That's an out-and-out
it
Marxist
sounds a bit like it,
party
doesn't it?
headed by a man
bit
called Julius
too-
Malema, who
I'm
goes
not even
around,
going to
you know,
repeat the
singing
words.
the song "Kill a Boo, Kill a Farmer" to these large crowds. So
Yeah, I'm sure you heard of it.
So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after
Oh
them
my
right
god.
back.
They're gonna play.
Revolution.
Alright.
That at some point there must be killing. Kill the poor, the
Yeah, they're gonna play it.
Shoot to kill. Come on, sir. Kill the poor, the farmer.
So quantitatively,
I mean, this at least this is how I feel about it.
He's not yet, but qualitatively, you know,
This is
we've
going
had
back,
such extreme
man.
violence and torture, and during these farm attacks. But in South Africa, it's moved completely.
In humanity,
to the left.
in
So if you
evolution,
say we want equality for white people.
in love,
That's considered a far right statement.
in peace.
So the Overton window is completely to the kind of. If you say
It's going back in all of that.
kill a farmer,
That's like middle.
yeah, that's kind of that's sort of that's acceptable kind
Yeah,
of
that's
according
crazy.
to Overton's principles. It's sort of mainstream. It's mainstream. A political party in parliament could say that.
Like
And-
stadiums of thousands of people.
Exactly. The highest court in the land, the constitutional court, has stated that is just freedom of speech. But if you if you use some
Alright.
sort of racial epithet, they would send you to prison for 3 years.
So, going back to what I was saying, my aim with this video is to present the facts as they are, fostering a space for informed discussion and reflection. It's crucial to approach such topics with empathy and a commitment to understanding all perspectives.
In this video, we had many insightful conversations. Some were very descriptive and long, so you can get the
Sorry
extended
about that.
version by
I'm not
going to my
going to
Patreon.
delete.
The link
Is
is
there
in
a
the description.
video?
Thank you so much to these Patreons for your support. Now let's get on with the video.
For sure.
The next morning, we headed out to the Voortrekker Monument, located in Pretoria, South Africa. We are here at a monument that represents the Blood River. After they signed an agreement on the land, the Zulus told them that they were going to have a celebration, and during that celebration, they killed all of them, all of these women's husbands.
This is where it all comes from.
It tells the story of a Voortrekker who negotiated a land treaty with the Zulu king. However, he then betrayed them and killed 100 of the Voortrekkers. We were also told that this story was so horrific that they had to tone down the images to be more
It's hard to get rid of.
This really sounds like it was a story of betrayal. This architecture is very beautiful. This is incredible. There's this huge circle here. That is the ceiling from down below. It's just crazy that it's open like this. It's kind of scary. It's very impactful. So we just finished up here, and I just wanted to say that I personally find it pretty tragic that they tried to make it work. They tried to live together, and it just ended in a literal bloodbath.
Yeah. But it's exactly thinking of that we should try to avoid it now, right?
If is beginning to rob you, and you're just like, okay, here, take all my stuff, and you just allow it to happen, then it's just going to escalate further.
This reminds me of this other country. I'm not going to say the name.
And what I believe this monument really shows and really proves is that no group is 100% innocent. White people can be marginalized, persecuted, as well as killed in the masses. It is just so sad that there's this huge narrative that we're not allowed to talk about white people being persecuted. This is not a conspiracy theory like the media tries to make us think.
It's not because they're white.
I find the way that this monument is built,
whatever race,
you know,
this shouldn't happen,
like it's somewhat in a pyramid shape, and it also has a feel like a church. It's also very sad. Also, I'm really getting this impression that it's really killing and affecting the people's morale here, the Boers, the white Afrikaners, because even if they get a college degree, it's not going to count. They don't have job opportunities because of how far the DEI movement has gone. Plus, even if they do have a job, they're going to be paying taxes that the black people are not paying, and so they're just really, in a sense, getting eaten alive. And sounds like a lot of them feel like there is not a lot of hope, and a big part of that is because of how this narrative is just being completely shut down.
I get the history part, but you need to understand that these people haven't done anything to you, right? That's the issue.
That this place doesn't receive government funding.
Zero government funding. The thing is, tourism is a big part of the economy, and this place is, well, it's a huge part of the economy for not just Pretoria, but I mean, tourism is a big thing in South Africa. We should think that maybe the government would have interest in giving funds because of the economical impact that it has, the positive economical impact that it has.
Right.
And it's also history. The monument is one of the big monuments in the world. So people come to South Africa, they come to Pretoria to see the monuments.
I'd love to meet South Africa.
They want to see. So
to know South Africa.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
Yes, I also think so. Thank you.
And the view too is spectacular. And it sounds like there's a clash in the narrative. That would be my reason as like why they might not be giving it funding, because it doesn't fit a narrative that would make them in a very good light based on their history.
The history, yes.
I mean,
so there's a lot of.
I don't want to say too much, but yeah,
we wrote the history.
It's kind of hard not to think about that.
In a way that we wanted people to interpret it. They don't like the history actually, so they don't want to fund the truth, if I can say that. It's a harsh way to say it, but it is what it is.
To me, it sounds like there's a lot of similarities from what happened, and this was the 1800s, right?
Yes.
And present day.
Yes. So
long
it was
ago,
black and white back then. There's a lot. There's this whole narrative about the whites taking the blacks' land, and the history here actually proves that narrative wrong, because we traded for the land. If you read the manifest, then clearly it was actually the opposite way around. And I mean, we don't dwell on the past. I mean, we don't.
Yeah, but that's it. It's not even worth to dwell on it, you know.
We just moved on.
I don't know. Get over it.
We grow. Well, we try, but we're still growing.
It,
There's a lot of
it ends up being the history of the world, but we need to move on from it
and we keep on building.
and walk
even
towards
though
love, man. What's up?
You're saying that the Afrikaners aren't saying, well, we want justice for what happened, but they are.
Yes.
People are.
Yes, well, there's land reform. They want to have land reform without compensation now. That's what they want now. I'm not sure about the specifics and the laws and so, but yeah, so they say that we stole the land and they want the land back, but we don't want that.
No, this is what I think you should pay attention to. Okay, you think these good people, not even the same generation, not even the same people. I know it's very hard to overcome everything that happened. Now, would you really think it's fair to make them pay over the color of their skin? Now, please, just let me say it again. I know you're hurt, but these aren't the same people. The cycle of pain needs to end somewhere.
Yeah, so they say that we stole the land and they want the land back. But we don't want that. Like, we don't care what happened in the past.
Yeah.
We just say, okay, well,
I mean, it doesn't sound fair, does it?
Everyone, we came here, we settled. People from a lot of countries came and settled here. And the land originally was actually, the Bushmen were actually, or the Khoisan, they were actually the original tribes that lived in South Africa. And they are,
I don't know
there's
that much
very few of them, and they
about
also
their
don't have a
history.
to stand on now.
So the whole conversation of like who was first is a little bit irrelevant.
Yeah, and we don't think it actually matters.
Yeah.
We think what matters is now. I mean, you can buy your property and yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. So
They say that South Africa is
I mean,
one of the
sticking
most
to
unequal
the
countries
present
in the world.
sounds
What
like
is
a
it
good
like
idea.
As a white South African?
it's hard. You really struggle to get a job. You really struggle to get a job in South Africa. If you're a white male, I mean, some of the most high qualified people, they don't get jobs. We have the BEE and the BBEE. There's a lot of racial laws in South Africa against
that's wild.
white people. Not even Afrikaans-speaking people. Yeah, not just
I
the
mean,
crime.
basically, they
there's a lot
didn't
of crime as well,
overcome
and
everything they
there's the
felt,
chanting of Kill the Boer.
and now they want to
don't-
put it on
I
them.
mean, it's Julius
I
Malema,
mean,
the person
it's
who
what it looks
is
like.
raising all this,
Right?
this violence.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
no
know.
one
I
does
don't
anything
know.
about
I
it,
don't know
but
what the
if
hell am I
you
talking
go
about.
and
I'm just a
you can say literally
YouTuber.
anything to a black person, and they will put you in jail. They will put you in jail if you call them. Yeah, I can't say the word because I'll go to jail. You can even act a little bit racist, and if you're a white person, you'll go to jail. Yeah.
Would you consider?
Oh,
becoming
that
a refugee?
Not actually, no.
That
Like, even
duality.
though it's hard in South Africa. The system doesn't work. The education doesn't work. The roads it doesn't look good. There's
Haven't
potholes.
improved anything.
No, it gets worse. There's no electricity. You have load shedding. Now they want to put taxes on solar systems, which I heard.
I'm a minister in the Lichtenburg Klipkerk.
That's kind of new to me.
So we come out of Lichtenburg now. You know what?
Yeah.
No, somebody's got to stand up now. This is just too much.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
I heard this guy talking once.
Yeah, no, for
You
sure.
gotta get
No.
some backbone back.
You must come to Lichtenburg and you will see how we stand up.
I will.
Yeah, you must see. We stand up. We stand strong.
Yeah, I mean,
Every month or so.
it's so hard to, you know,
If the Afrikaans, if the Lorraine.
like not even interested of
And then you gotta clean it all out
Yeah,
in taking a side, you know. But
So Trump is not
yeah,
missing it.
man,
at all.
He's speaking the truth about South Africa. They can
it doesn't
deny
sound
it
very
as much
fair.
as they want to
I
deny
know
it. But if you really- and I'm not a
these
political-
people,
I'm
you
a
know,
Christian leader,
black
but if you
people
really
born
look
in
at the
South
facts,
Africa.
I'm
I
a
know they
Christian
suffered a lot.
covered under the blood of Christ.
I know
But
that,
I'm come out of Afrikaner background.
but
So I'm
That
not.
makes us racist.
Yeah, I'm not a racist.
this won't lead anywhere good.
Yeah, I came out of Kobere, Port Elizabeth, and I preached. I had a congregation 9 o'clock in Afrikaans and 11 o'clock with many nationalities. So I'm not a racist.
No, we're not.
But what's happening here is worse than apartheid. It's a
Much
disgrace. Really, it's a disgrace. It's worse to
Yeah, this needs to stop
destroy
somewhere.
people like the government is doing. That was apartheid.
Like feeding the beast, it doesn't help.
All levels, eh? So now we hope, we are very proud of the President Trump, and what he's doing.
You were saying that they're going to tax solar panels.
I kind of understand.
Yeah,
He
so there
spoke
have
out
been
for them.
the stuff that I've heard, they wanted to put taxes on solar panels, and there's a lot of people that get solar panels because the electricity system isn't working properly. There's not enough electricity for all the South Africans.
Man, there's so much
We get
going
load shedding.
on.
There's even load shedding.
That's
that
why I'm not even
there's
getting
power outages
political,
for
you know.
12
I
hours
just,
a day, in
I'm
some
just
areas.
speaking from the
And
heart, you
People
know.
get solar panels
As
because
a human,
your business has to go on.
man,
You can't do business without
you see what's
electricity in
going
South
on
Africa.
all over the
You have
world.
to have
We need
Wi-Fi
peace,
and
man,
power,
and love.
so business must go on. So people, they're making plans for alternative electricity, and then there's also generators. You have generators, but the fuel prices keeps on going up, so that's another problem. And yeah, they wanted to put, that's what I've heard, is they speaking of putting taxes on solar panels, because if you have solar panels, you don't pay Eskom anymore.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it sounds like it's just getting kind of worse.
So I'm not taking any longer, I'm finishing the video here. This is a half-an-hour video, but tomorrow I'll react to part 2. But keep this in mind, at the end of the day, we're all human, flawed, growing, and trying to figure it out. I'm not here to judge, just to talk, to share, and maybe to help us all think a little deeper. Thanks for watching, for listening, and staying open. Much love to everyone out here. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the next one.